What's going on, guys? What's going on? Get a few things set up here before we get started. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. 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 All right. So for those that don't know, Fox is re-airing Super Bowl 42 today, and I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be just a good idea to reminisce, watch the game, rewatch the game again. Stream here on YouTube, talk about it, mix it up with everybody on here. Give me 1 second. A little light too. Let's get a little light action going on. Just talk about the game, and it might be too much. Okay, well, this guy sucks at Madden apparently. Oh, no. What's going on, Raphael? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the best Giants game ever. I don't know about that. That's a tough thing to say. I think so. I think there's a lot of great Giant games. A lot of great Giant games. What's up, Meet the Mets? I think Super Bowl 20. I think if I guess it depends on what your flavor is of what you're thinking about as far as great Giant games. I think Super Bowl 25 was a great Giants game. I think that was certainly a great one. Super Bowl 22 obviously was a good one, but I think the most perfect game the Giants, at least I've ever seen the Giants play, perfect game was probably the conference championship game in 2000 against the Vikings. I mean, that was just the absolute most perfect Giants game I think I still to this day have ever seen. Just complete and utter, just complete and utter domination, and still to this day, that game to me is just great. So what's going on, Giants freak? I'll say, as far as Super Bowl, let's see here. Okay, JD. Okay. As far as Super, and I don't know how Fox is going to do this. I don't know if they're going to do like, I highly doubt there's any type of pregame, but they may just go right into the game. But I'll say this, it's a few minutes before it comes on. As far as this game goes, of course, I just been on YouTube for a few months, mixing it up with other Giant video makers and mixing it up with mainly Cowboy fans. During this time period, I was really just happy that the Giants were in the Super Bowl. I think in that season, if we're going back to during this time period, 07, 08, I was really all about just ending the Cowboys season. And when they did, because the Cowboys that year were a really good team, Tony Romo, Terrell Owens, just a great team. And when we beat them, that kind of was like, not that the season could have ended there, but to me, it's like everything else was just a cherry on top. Everything else was just a bonus, a dessert, I guess, if you will. The main course to me was making sure that the Cowboys weren't going to go anywhere. And once we did that, we obviously we ended up getting here to the Super Bowl, and of course the Week 17 matchup where we played the Patriots really well gave me belief that the Giants could compete in this game. But truthfully, going back and thinking about that time period, I was just happy that the Giants were in the Super Bowl, really more than anything. I didn't, to me, the world was telling everybody that the Patriots were the best football team ever. They were undefeated. No way the Giants could beat them. And so for me, it was like, okay, well, we don't have a shot anyways. So, or I mean, they're saying we don't have a shot. Yeah, so they're going right into the game here. There's no nothing. Matter of fact, the Patriots are getting ready to kick off. So it's going to actually kind of be fun to go back and reminisce here. This is really interesting. Hickson, I remember obviously Hickson on the he was returning for us. But anyways, this when this game gets ready to go, I just kind of wanted the Giants to hang in it and just not necessarily that I was okay with losing, but I just didn't have really a whole lot of expectations for this game. I just really didn't. I was just so happy that they were in the Super Bowl. I mean, what I hope you enjoy that Super Bowl rewatch. Well, I mean, Nate, we actually did win another Super Bowl after this one, bud. So, I mean, this isn't the last one that we won the Super Bowl. We actually did it again 4 years later. So, I mean, I don't know. Anyways, so young Eli here, and obviously, what's going on, Chris? Obviously, this team is going to look so much different than the ones we've been watching lately. Brandon Jacobs gets the first carry of the game, and I miss him a lot. I miss Brandon Jacobs a whole lot. Um, he's a Giant that I really took for granted when we had him because his style of play was so important to the Giants and so beneficial to the Giants that now I realized that he was such a kind of a unicorn of a player. Like he's just they don't make a lot of no. It's on Fox, Chris. I'm sure you could find it streaming some kind of Fox. Uh, I think they have like Fox Go or something. So yeah, actually, Brandon Jacobs was such a big force for us that he's a giant that I miss a lot. But anyway, so 3rd and 6 here, early first quarter. Steve Smith is coming in, another giant who was very vital in that year. Being successful for making sure the Giants were successful that year. I mean, he was clutch on 3rd down conversions. And sure enough, well, no, Manning hits Burris on that play. And Plaxico, it's so weird because Plaxico, there's a lot of people that are talking about, the Giants trading for the Jaguars defensive end right now. And Plaxico was probably the guy that put us over the top. He was the guy that once we acquired him, he kind of it's almost like the offense, like Eli especially, started to excel. And we never really ever had a guy like Plaxico before or after him, and Madison Hedgecock. So, but anyways, Plaxico to me was never ever really a Giant. I know he was on our team, and I appreciated him. I thought he was a great player, but I always viewed him as kind of like just not like in the club. I know that kind of sounds weird, but I always prefer Giants to have homegrown players via the draft. That's always to me the way I always want to go. Let's see here. So it's 2nd and 7. 12 minutes to go in the first quarter. Eli's under center at the Giants' own 45-yard line. I'm sure some of you guys are watching along here. Jacobs again on the carry, and just see, even runs like that where he's just completely stuffed, he finds a way to pick up a yard or two. And so, but anyways, what's going on, guys? What's going on, Afghan? Let's see. Riff, for some reason, wants everybody to know that he hit the thumbs down button. So I don't know what that's all about, but I mean, kudos to you, Riff. Eli on a 3rd and 6. There he is. As I was mentioning there, Steve Smith was so clutch for us on 3rd downs, and he picks up a 1st down right there, and just clutch. Steve Smith was such a great giant for us. Such a great giant. It's almost like he just came and went in a flash too for us as a player. You hope these guys have long careers. You hope that they're able to hang around for a long time, and it just seemed like Steve Smith was here and gone in a minute, man. Which, by the way, I just want to say this: Eli Manning so far on this first drive looks great. I mean, looks phenomenal. I mean, where are the? I hope all of the people, all the naysayers, all of the Eli haters are watching or rewatching this game so they can put their foot in their mouth on this. What's going on, Raymond? Because I've ignored. Okay, listen, Riff. Listen to what this guy said. Because you've ignored everything I've said, I unsubbed and left a thumbs down. Okay, you female high school bitch. Okay, I do not care if you hit the like button. I do not care if you unsub. I'm not like some of these people on YouTube. I ain't sucking no dick for no like or no sub. Okay, my man? If you needed to unlike or unsub, do you, my man? Take your PMS high school ass somewhere else. You crying little bitch. I mean, shit. Damn, my man ain't getting no damn attention at the house. He comes over here talking to Pizzle about it. Pizzle comes somebody. No. Go find somebody streaming some big bullshit game. Shit. Nobody get. Look at this. You done pissed Pizzle off. I done dropped. Got me all twisted. My man, I'm just trying to watch a little bit of old Giants football when we actually were good. Smith took a nasty hit on that 3rd down, too. Yeah, for sure, Joe. Riff is for sure a booger eater. All right, Eli under center. Going to hand off to Jacobs. Jacobs was instrumental on this first. Look at that. Look at that run right there. I believe that was on Asante Samuel, but he was instrumental on this first drive. I think that was his 4th carry so far. And that one right there is a tone setter. That's a tone setter run right there. Look at Chris Snead coming around. I mean, just, no, it was Merriweather who he got. It was actually Merriweather. So, yeah, you're right, Duncan. He was huge that whole playoff run, but I forgot about this first drive, and look, and then now you're able to mix in some Ahmad Bradshaw right here, and look what he's able to do, shake and bake here for about 3 yards, and, to me, I love Saquon Barkley, I do, but Giants football has always been successful when they've had two tandem deal or multiple running backs. You just can't have all of one man carrying the whole workload load. Kevin Gilbride, they just showed Kevin Gilbride on the screen, and it's crazy because I remember so many people used to call him Kill Drive. Everybody used to call him Kill Drive, and now I think I would take Kevin Gilbride in a minute, man. I would. I kind of miss that guy. Here's a Bradshaw on a 3rd and inches, and look at this run. I do remember this run right here where he's literally carrying the defender. I mean, the Giants running backs, Jacobs. Well, the O-line, Jacobs and Bradshaw came in this game with just a meanness, a physical. Just look at him fighting. Look at Bradshaw fighting there, just carrying Warren right there. And Kareem McKenzie right there helping him out. I mean, this is Giants football right here, pounding the fucking pigskin. This is it right here. This is what I fucking crave. Yeah, it's gritty. This is what I crave right here. This is what we went away from. Eli right here on the play action, and Kevin Boss can't make the catch. Kevin Boss, obviously they didn't make the catch there. Obviously they're kind of skipping ahead on this game here, but he was big coming in and being able to handle the workload for tight end. And look, Jacobs there, a tough, hard 3 to 4 yard carry there. Yeah, I mean, this game right here is showing you exactly what the Giants need. I mean, if you're a Giants fan and you're wondering about the draft and you're thinking, how can we get back to Giants football? This game right here shows you. This game right here will give you all the clues what the Giants need to get back to. And you have to start asking yourself, do the Giants have this currently on their team? Are these? I mean, this style of football that they're playing here can still win a championship. Absolutely. Eli on shotgun at the Patriots 26. Let's see here. Takes a snap. And he got moved outside the pocket, but there he is. There he is again. I just talked about him. Steve Smith picking up the first down on a big third down. Who is the Giants' third down receiver right now who can move the chains? Who is that guy? I think we've all craved Sterling Shepard to be that guy, but I'm not so sure that he has been. You'd hope that Golden Tate can be that guy, but he was obviously, he missed, it seemed like forever last year, start of the season. I mean, look a guy like Steve Smith. He's not a big household name, just a chain mover every single time. And by the way, Eli got outside the pocket, but I don't think he was absolutely fast there. Takes a snap, throws, Plaxico in double coverage. Eli would throw those from time to time. Riff, you can't threaten me with some BS and then come back with a question of like, oh, you play fantasy football, Pencil? You've already made your bed. That's very true, Bleeding Big Blue. But my point being is, and I don't know if you're talking about the third down chain mover. We gotta have those guys. You gotta have those guys, and that's what we had a running game and a guy that was reliable on third down. Here's Jacobs on a carry, and he only picks up one. And I know Patriots here are going nuts and whatever, they stopped him. But that goes to show you that Jacobs in that drive right there, the fact that the Patriots are showing so much excitement right there, stopping him for 1 yard, Jacobs was already getting under their skin after this first drive. Because this first drive here has taken already 9 minutes off the clock, wearing down this Patriots defense, and Jacobs has already shown that he's gotten underneath their skin a little bit. So now it's a 3rd and 10. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Eli's in shotgun. Bradshaw's to his left, takes a snap. Pretty good protection. And the pass is short to Smith for 5 yards. And look at the Patriots, an undefeated team, unstoppable force. And they're actually excited about holding the Giants to 3 points, right? I mean, again, if you would have listened to all of the naysayers, they would have told you that the Patriots are going to dominate this game. Yet they're just happy to stop the Giants here for a 32-yard field goal attempt. So, I mean, right out of the gate, looking back at this game in the first quarter, what's up, Robert? You could have already seen clues that the Patriots kind of felt like they were a little bit in trouble there. Tynes makes the field goal. I mean, the offensive line really controlled this game pretty well for the Giants. Thoughts on Carson Wentz? He wears another man's ring. That's my thoughts on him. Yeah, what's going on, Drunk Drive? Happy Easter, man. Happy Easter to everybody out there. Happy Easter. Of course, I've already had some hateful people coming here today. But happy Easter. But yeah, Carson Wentz wears another man's ring. That's just facts. I do too, Charlie. I mean, I didn't say Carson Wentz was bad or good. I'm just saying he wears another man's ring. Yep. What? Yeah, I see, Chris. Oh, okay. How's everybody making it through all this Corona? This Chet Jacob, as you can see in my title, this game is being aired on Fox. If you have Fox or Fox Go, you can stream it, I guess, on Fox Go, I'm assuming. Of course, I'd love to stream the game here, but obviously I can't do that. Some booger eater will come and flag it, and my channel will be down, and then you guys will never see another one of my videos again. Thoughts on Joe Judge? Well, Charlie, here's my I got good and I got bad about Joe Judge. So I'm very optimistic about Joe Judge. I really am. I think that I like the fact that he's been with Nick Saban. I like the fact that he's been with Bill Belichick for some time. The negative in about it is this whole Corona thing, this whole virus. Now, granted, I'm going to say this, and there's going to be other giant video makers or other giant content creators that are going to steal what I'm about to say and use it as their own. It's already happened already in the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. So hopefully you guys will recognize that I said this first. But the one thing the thing that stinks about Joe Judge right now is this whole coronavirus thing. It's going to be really hard because the teams are not able to meet up right now. It's going to be really hard for a first-year head coach to implement a new scheme, a new system, a philosophy on how the team needs to be if the players can't get together and meet. It's going to be almost, I don't know how you do that. To me, if everything stays the way it is and play and we're not player teams are not able to get together and have meetings, work out together, whatever, the teams that are already kind of have a coach in place or a system, they're going to have a jump on everybody else who's got new coaches or especially first year head coaches. So, if you want to look at just the NFC East, the Eagles have an advantage over all three of the other teams. Why? Because the Giants have Joe Judge, who is a first-year head coach, and not only Joe Judge, new defensive coordinator, Jason Garrett, new offensive coordinator, whole new coaching staff. And we've got a lot of young players that still need to figure out how to learn how to play in the National Football League. So right out of the gate, with this whole Corona thing, the Giants are behind the eight ball. That's not me making excuses. That's just me stating facts. Now, the Cowboys and Redskins also have new head coaches. However, both Ron Rivera and Mike McCarthy have coaching experience. So they're going to be able to probably be a little bit easier transitioning than Joe Judge is, just because we don't, Joe has never had, Coach Judge has not ever had the opportunity to even be a head coach. So, he has to earn that trust. He has to earn that respect. I think Ron Rivera, McCarthy's going to have a little bit of respect coming in, and it might be easier for them. But obviously, Doug Peterson has been there with the Eagles. That formula's been there. So they're going to have a jump on us. So, anyways, 3 minutes ago here in the first quarter, Patriots are at the Giants' 42-yard line, somewhat driving. Defensive line really plays good. Kawika Mitchell there was a monster for us, too. That was a great free agent signing for us. Which, by the way, Dave Gettleman was behind the scenes and helping put this team together. So anytime you want to shit talk Dave Gettleman, he was a part of putting this team together. I don't know if some Giant fans know that, but Dave Gettleman was part of this staff that put this team together. So here's a 3rd and 3 with less than 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Brady's in shotgun at the 35-yard line. Of course, Patriots during this time had this high prolific offense that everybody was terrified. Look at the pressure that Tuck was able to get in the middle. Now they moved the chains on that one. Raymond, I've got confidence in Daniel Jones. I do. I've got a lot of confidence in him. Looking at this game so far, or watching this game so far, the biggest difference I see from this team to our current team is this pass rush. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how good our D line was then. It's crazy. Just absolutely crazy how good this Giants defense was. Yeah, Plaxico, Antonio Pierce, Mitchell were good free agent signings. Sam Madison was a good free agent signing. I thought he was pretty good. But a lot of these dudes like Tuck, Strahan, even on this team, Osi Umenyiora, obviously Eli, Jacobs, Bradshaw, all these guys were picked up, homegrown Giant players. Little swing out pass here, and he's just like right at the marker. James Butler is another player for the Giants who played safety, who I was a big fan of. I really liked James Butler. James Butler was a guy that I really, really liked. I really liked James Butler. I actually forgot how much I liked James Butler. I don't know why. I was just a big fan of James Butler. I like James Butler's game. I wish we could have guys like that who I really, really liked. Randy Moss on the Patriots during this time too was almost cheating. It felt like. Brady in shotgun here. Takes the snap. Pass rush is not getting pass rush. Brady hasn't got hit yet, but you can see the pocket just absolutely collapsing pretty quickly. Jason says, why is Saquon Barkley so atrocious at pass blocking? I don't think he's atrocious. I don't think he's great. I just think he's okay. I mean, I still think he's got it. That's obviously not his strong suit. Yeah, Duncan, and see Spags called a great game, which, by the way, I was happy that Spags helped the Chiefs win a Super Bowl. I always wanted Spags to work with the Giants. I was always such a big fan of Spags. Always. No, Aaron Rodgers is nowhere near the GOAT. Of quarterbacks, nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. I mean, I would put Drew Brees ahead of Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not even talking about the GOAT. I'm just talking about as far as quarterbacks go. I mean, Joe Montana's better. Tom Brady's better. Drew Brees is better. I could go on and on. I don't know, Charlie. 3rd and 10 here. Brady takes the snap, and look at the pressure. Now, they obviously get a cheap foul there on Antonio Pierce. And this first drive actually is probably what a lot of people expected. The Patriots going down and scoring. But, again, rewatching this, if you just look at the pass rush that the Giants are getting, the Patriots weren't going to be able to handle this all game long. What do you disagree with, Jeff? What did you say? I must have missed what you said. What do you disagree with? Yeah, that was pass interference on Antonio Pierce. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I don't know why you guys are even. So Patriots are short there. I think Aaron Rodgers is overrated. I think Aaron Rodgers is very. I mean, first of all, he gets anointed as this great quarterback, and how many rings has he got? He got one. Everybody, I mean, and I've talked about this before. Everybody shits. Every sports media outlet out there took went on for years shitting on Eli Manning. Just went on years upon not just 2 years ago, but years upon years upon years shitting on Eli Manning. Yet the man's got 2 rings. Like a man had 2 rings. But everybody goes to Aaron Rodgers and they say, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers is phenomenal. He's great. He's wonderful." How many rings he got? How many rings? And you guys all, and then you guys always. It's so funny how like certain players, you're like, "Well, he didn't. His team wasn't as good." So that's why he doesn't have rings. And then with Eli, it's like, well, his team was really good. That's why he got rings. That's bullshit, man. You can't be just picking one thing or the other. Play it right down the middle fair. Play it fair. Look, Aaron Rodgers is a good quarterback, but he's overrated. It's just the truth. I mean, honestly, dead serious. I'm dead serious. I would rather have prime Brett Favre than prime Aaron Rodgers. If you want to talk Packers, I would rather have Brett Favre than Aaron Rodgers all day long. I don't care about the Hail Marys, none of that shit. I mean, Aaron Rodgers hasn't led his team to anything but one. Biologic. I'm just saying Fox Network, the big Fox channel. You can probably find it on Fox Go, the streaming app. Let me think about it. So I know Brett Favre beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. He lost to Elway. Did he lose? Favre lost to Elway, didn't he? Didn't Favre lose to Elway? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Patriots score right there. Okay, so if you wanna just compare that stat, Favre had 1 ring. I'm not even saying Favre's the greatest. I'm just saying as far as those 2 guys, you're only putting those 2 guys in there. I'm taking Favre all day long. All day long, I'm taking Favre. So, out of this first drive here, the Patriots obviously scored a touchdown. And the Giants, when you evaluate that first quarter, the Giants offense was able to keep the Patriots defense on there for, 10 minutes? Somewhere around there? And obviously the Patriots were able to get a couple big plays, ultimately leading to a touchdown. But you could see the Giants defense was able to have a little bit of success. So even though the Patriots were up 7-3, now that it's funny because when I first watched this game, obviously when I was watching it live, I was obviously just on the edge of my seat, nervous. But now watching it, I guess I know the outcome obviously, but kind of just stepping back a little bit, I can see now that the Giants just needed a few things to go their way in order to win this game. That they were in this game and in this contention. Well, yeah, I mean Terrell Day. I mean, yeah. Look, I'm not saying, and I'm not even saying Elway's better than Favre, but I'm just trying to remember. I know that Favre went to multiple Super Bowls. I know he beat the Patriots, and I do remember him playing the Broncos. I think he only went to 2. I think Favre only went to 2 Super Bowls. But I mean, Aaron hasn't went to 2 Super Bowls. Eaton saying Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. Okay. How do we even get on this Aaron Rodgers kick? All right, so Giants get their second possession here. And the Patriots kick it out of bounds, giving the Giants good field position right out of the gate. Triple K saying Kerry Collins is better than Aaron Rodgers. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you this. Honestly, Kerry Collins, a lot of people forget this, but Kerry Collins, I don't know if it was his junior or senior year, somebody can correct me. He on his Penn State team, led by Kerry Collins, might be the most powerful offense that college football's ever seen. If you go back and you look at some of the stats, that his Penn State team that Kerry Collins led, I mean, was one of the best offenses of all time. So Kerry Collins had the goods. My man just liked to drink. Let's see what this game shows to me is we're missing a good pass rush. Not one credible guy on the roster right now. I think what this game is showing me so far after one quarter, NYG Forever, is you're right. We lack major pass rush, but we also lack a guy on our offense who can be there to step up when we need a big clutch play. Here's a 2nd and 7 for the Giants. Eli, somewhat play action, not really. Fires over to Plaxico in the middle of the field, and we're already in Patriots territory. But they called that incomplete. But I mean, guys like Plaxico obviously got a lot of love, but I would argue that Steve Smith was the best receiver the Giants had on this team during that year. And I know Plaxico Burress got all the love, maybe rightfully so, but Steve Smith was clutch for us. Was big time clutch. Eli takes the snap here. Jacobs with a great pickup. Eli double clutches, fires, and finds well-dressed Amani Toomer at the 18-yard line. Another player that would always make plays. Like Amani Toomer is exactly why I hated OBJ. Amani Toomer is exactly why I hated OBJ. Because I watched years upon years of Amani Toomer not make any stupid headlines, had a great nickname, right? Well-dressed Amani Toomer, and just did his fucking job and was good at it. But he never got like national attention. OBJ makes one catch and he needs national attention. Doesn't do his job half the time. Jacobs, another mean 3-4 yard carry. Just a mean 3-4 yard carry. And Ethan mentions, look at that blocking. And you're exactly right. I mean, look, Toomer got away with a little bit of a push off there. But hey, they let him play football back then. But look, this game right here shows you exactly what the Giants need to get back to. It's really not that damn hard. I mean, there's no, this is this is not Kansas City Chiefs recent Super Bowl offense. Don't mistake that. That's not what this is. This is old school mixed in with a little new school. Right? Old school is all about pounding the rock, Brandon Jacobs. New school, a little bit of play action, Pat throwing the ball down the field. Axel is on this trip. Do you think Watson and Wentz are better than Mahomes and Lamar? No. I would rather have Mahomes and Lamar than Watson and Wentz. If you put a gun to my head, I'd rather have Mahomes and Lamar. I don't know. So Giants get flagged there. 2nd and 11, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning in a suite, watching his baby brother lead the Giants. Let's see. Eaton is totally right. At least they can stay on the field. Here's Eli shotgun. Bradshaw to his left. Takes the snap. O-line picks it up. And David Tyree, who would later obviously go on to make a big-time play, makes a nice catch. Moves the ball down the field a little bit. So Giants have a 3rd and 5 here, the 15-yard line. Patriots 15. Play clock running down again. Eli takes the snap. Not a whole lot of protection there. And Steve Smith, who I've been singing his praises to, lets one get through his arms and he gets intercepted. Of course, I'm sure people back then was blaming Eli for that. But it hit Steve right in the hands. And I think at this point, if I'm remembering, I kind of, started to think there. Look at this pass, first of all. Out of Steve Smith's break. Hits him right in the hands, and he just drops it. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better throw. You really couldn't have asked for a better throw. But look at Coughlin, too. Coughlin just in his ass. Axel says Nitro Freak is a better YouTuber than you, Pizzle. I highly doubt that anybody actually believes that Nitro Freak is a better YouTuber than Pizzle. There's no way in the world anybody would actually believe that. No way. You can't watch 5 Nitro Freak videos, watch 5 Pizzle videos, and say that they're even remotely close in any of that. Nitro Freak gets all the women, please. And I'm not even saying he's a bad looking dude. I'm not sitting there saying like, oh, he couldn't get a one. I think he could get him a big girl. Absolutely. He could get him a big girl. He can get him a hip swayer. It's possible. Axel says Mark Holmes is better than me. Again, I'll say this about Mark Holmes. Mark Holmes has big-time dedication to the YouTube game. The YouTube game is right up Mark Holmes' alley. He loves the YouTube game. Look, I've seen people with addictions before. Mark Holmes has got an addiction. It's called YouTube. It's a sad of addiction. Some of you guys think that the only addiction you can have in this world is due to drugs, alcohol, and gambling. Maybe some of you are sex addicts. I don't know. But Mark Holmes has a thing called YouTube addict. He's a YouTube addict. I know an addict when I see one. He's an addict. He's an addict. What is your issue with Philly 500? I don't know. He's an Eagles fan? I don't know. Look at this play right here by Antonio Pierce. Coming off the block. Jay Outford was also there. Once again, the pass rush didn't look too bad there. What is your issue? Like, he's an Eagles fan. Like, what don't you people understand? Like, yeah, I mean, if somebody said, wait, I didn't even bring that up. 4-time Super Bowl champ. Nitro Freak said he was gay. That doesn't even matter. I don't care. You can swing left-handed. Absolutely, you can swing left-handed. I have no problem with that. So I guess he doesn't get all the women. Well, actually, gay guys do get a lot of women, but not in that way. Another giant that I absolutely adored and admired, loved Jabril Wilson in this game. Loved Jabril Wilson. Had a Jabril Wilson custom jersey that I fucking loved. I literally made a Jabril Wilson jersey. You know how you can make the custom jerseys? I had to make a Jabril Wilson because they didn't sell them. So I custom made a Jabril Wilson jersey. So here's a 31 for the Patriots. Brady takes a snap. And look at this D-line absolutely destroy the Patriots offensive line. OC on the tackle, Strahan right there, absolute domination at the front end. I mean, where the hell has that been the last several years? I mean, look at this play right here. Gets off the ball, OC dominates his man. Barry Cofield's there, Strahan's there. Perfect. Perfect. I don't know if the Giants have stopped a 3rd and 1 in 10 years. Patriots punt. 10 minutes to go in the second. R.W. McQuarters, another player that was signed free agency wise, that was a good pickup for the Giants. Another one. Yeah, I don't know what is the deal with all caps, but hey, whatever suits you. I'm just trying to rewatch one of the greatest games of all time here. Somebody said to me, I like to have a little bit of fun with Mark Holmes, right? Everybody knows that. Somebody said to me, all you do is chase Mark Holmes clout. And to me, it's like, no, I come on YouTube and I shit talk. That's what I do. If you don't know what the hell I do, then you've been missing out on my channel since 2007. It's literally what I do. I mean, that's what you subscribe to. You subscribe to trash talk when you come to my channel. Yeah, every now and then I'll stream. I'll do something like this. I'll have a little bit of fun. I'll interact with my audience. Maybe I'll do a little phone call session. You can call, talk to Pistol. But majority of the content is meant to be trash talk. It's not clout chasing. The people that got like high numbers, high subs, even Mark Holmes, at some point in time, he literally went to his Googled how do I get more views, how do I get more subs on YouTube. Literally went that route. And clout chased. That's you calling me out. It's literally what you do. It's literally what they do. See, do you think the main Giants content creator when the Giants drafted Danny Dimes was screaming he wanted Josh Allen? I can't think of his name. Jason, first of all, I am the main Giants content creator. I mean, everywhere else is a news station. Okay, so I think who you're referring to is probably Bad Dog, Jason, which I can't help you. I can't help you with him. I just can't help you. Not a lot up top there. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, just not a lot up top. Giants lose some yardage here on the first play of this possession, 2nd and 13 here. Takes the snap, and Bradshaw. See, this offense did not do our Giants defense any favors, because I do remember this right here. I don't know if he is talking about Entertainer Axel. Could be Bad Dog, could be Entertainer, could be either one. I don't have anything bad to say about Entertainer. But I will say this about Entertainer. At least Entertainer has kept his content right down the middle. You know what you get with Entertainer. Eli puts it in Bradshaw's numbers there, and somehow, call it what you want, finds a way to get the ball back. So now the Giants are in a long 3rd and 16. Eli in shotgun, Bradshaw to the right. Little pump fake on a fake screen, and just got to throw it in the dirt. Thoughts on YouTube where the Shalongo? I have no idea who the hell that is. I have no idea who that is. That could literally be somebody doing dirty ass videos, and I wouldn't know who the hell that is. I have no idea who that is. So Giants have to punt. Jeff Feagles, old man Jeff Feagles, punting for the Giants. Score is 7-3 Patriots. 8:44 to go in the second. Punts it away. During this time is about right when Wes Welker, a few yards on the return. This is about right when the Patriots nonsense fans showed up. It's almost like they started to become, right around this time is right where they started to become just absolute a toxic fan base, to where like you couldn't even stand them anymore. Oh, Randy Moss for sure, Jason. I would much rather have Randy Moss than Terrell Owens. For sure. For sure. T.O. was a great player, but I like Randy Moss's game. For sure, Randy Moss. Again, at this point in the game, looking back to 0708, I think I would have been, if I remember correctly, with the score being 7-3 halfway through the second, I think I was pretty, probably a little frustrated, but content with where the Giants were during this time. I think I was content with it. I was okay. Uh, it wasn't like the Patriots were blowing them out by any means. And it wasn't like the Patriots were absolutely dominating. I was pretty happy with what was going on at that point. I wouldn't say happy, I was just okay with it. Patriots with the ball at their own 30, 8:30 to go in the second. Brady takes a snap, hands off, and once again, the Giants defensive line with Tuck, Omenura, Barry Cofield, Osi Omenura, Barry Cofield, Strahan, Jay Alford, just absolutely dominating. And here's a blitz pressure that Kiwanuka gets there and gets a sack on Brady. And so now in the first quarter, they couldn't get to Brady. They were just kind of, the wall was kind of being shook, but they started to now tear the wall down a little bit in the second quarter. Start to tear it down here. Strahan just, golly, I think you definitely have to put him somewhere near the top 5 greatest Giant players of all time. And I know that's tough, but I definitely think he's up there, man. 3rd and 17 here. Brady in shotgun. Moss in motion. Takes the snap. And here's pressure. Justin Tuck right up the middle. Just absolutely destroyed his man. Brady had about 2.5 seconds at best to get that ball off and absolutely just annihilated that offensive line. Our defensive line so far, looking at this game now for a quarter and a half, the defensive line has been the best unit on the whole field for both sides of the ball. Just both sides. So now let's kind of add up what has happened, because everybody loves to say Giants won this game because of their defense. Eli didn't win it. Okay, well, Eli hasn't done anything wrong in this game. Technically, Eli has an interception, but it hit Steve Smith right in the hands, and it flew in the air. Eli hands the ball off to Ahmad Bradshaw. Bradshaw's the one that drops it. Eli has done nothing wrong in this game up into this point. He's done nothing wrong. Nothing. Now, granted, the defense is playing well. Spags has got a great scheme. The defensive line is dominating. But Eli's done nothing wrong. Eli's not going out here and throwing meaningless interceptions and losing them the game. Let's see, Triple K. This is one of the classiest Giants team. No drugs, shit talkers, just speed, power, and defense. Brandon Jacobs was a pretty good shit talker. But I would agree with that. Absolutely, Ralph. This is Giants football. This is what I scream about in my videos all the time about Giants. This is what we need. This is it. We need a pass rush. We need to be able to run the ball. So now we're past the halfway point of the second quarter. 7-3 Patriots. Once again, the defensive line for the Giants are winning the game. But again, every person that ever comes to me and talks about No, Jason. No, Jason Sion had done left. NYG forever. Absolutely, the coaching was, especially Spags, had done a great job. He did a great job with this game plan. Absolutely. I mean, the only reason the Patriots so far scored their touchdown was because they had that pass interference call on Antonio Pierce to put the ball on the 1 yard line, which was a third down play, by the way. That play doesn't happen. This game's 3-3 right here. Eli under center at the Giants' own 43-yard line takes a snap. We're going back to the running game here with Jacobs and picks up a strong 1 to 2 yards. And now we're going back to pounding the pigskin. I was just speaking about that ball to 1,000 just a minute ago. The Patriots that year wasn't really known for their great defense. They were more known for their offense being just absolutely special. And again, I think at moments during this game, even looking at Belichick right here as they're showing Belichick, you could see times where the Patriots had a little bit of stress on they were showing stress. That first drive, the Patriots defense showed some stress. Belichick right there showing some, he definitely looked young, Cody, but showing some stress. Bradshaw this time on the carry, and he picks up a big gain for almost 15 yards, and letting the sidelines know that they almost broke that one. But look at this nice 1-2 punch of Jacobs and Bradshaw. I mean, like I said, man, I love Saquon Barkley. But I would love to have also somebody to go with Saquon Barkley. To me, that's key. I'm not big that they signed Dion Lewis. I don't like Dion Lewis. I don't think Dion Lewis is going to do anything for the Giants. Eli takes a snap. This time hands to Jacobs, and he's going to pound his way in for about a 3-yard carry. Robert Smith, I think the East is for the taking. I definitely think the Eagles are going to have the upper hand due to the whole Corona thing. But I think it'll be up for grabs. Eli takes a snap under center, hands to Jacobs again. Jacobs this time just runs over Teddy Bruschi to pick up a Giants first down. And look what Jacobs is doing, man. He's literally just beating on the defense. And then they mix in Bradshaw to be able to, give him a little speed back. I mean, it's just, we just didn't even know how good we had it then. We had no idea how good we had it. We had no idea. 4 minutes to go in the second. Giants at the Patriots 31-yard line. Eli Dow, we're going to mix in a little play action. Dumps it off over to Bradshaw. He's going to pick up about 2 yards, maybe 2 yards. Let's see, Brooklyn hit squad. I think if we can draft correctly this year and build off of that with the talent we already have, we can build something that would even be better than our most recent year's Super Bowl Giants. Maybe Brooklyn. Maybe. Look at this play selection. 15 run plays, 14 pass. To me, that's, Giants got into a situation for the last several years where they've just been so dependent on the pass. I love the mixture of what the Giants are showing in this game right here. I mean, Eli takes a snap under center, hands to Bradshaw, and every single time they pick up 2 or 3 yards. Every single time. You don't ever see him get stopped in the backfield to lose a yard, lose 2 yards. Every single time they at least pick up out of it 2 or 3 yards. Right there, a third, I think it was a 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 7, turns it into a 3rd and 4. A lot more manageable third down than a 3rd and long. Here's a 3rd and 4, 2:40 to go in the second. Manning's going to be in shotgun, absolutely calling out the defense here. Bradshaw to his right. Takes the snap. Oh, he's getting edge rush on the outside. This time Eli does fumble. And Bradshaw kicks it forward. Smith recovers. Now, that one, if you're an Eli Manning naysayer, granted, he didn't get any protection. If you're an Eli Manning naysayer, then, okay, you can put that one on Eli. Granted, his left tackle absolutely failed him there. But still, you can at least you get if you want to say, well, what did Eli do in this game? And you want to David Deal just absolutely whiffs on Thomas there. Eli gets stripped, doesn't hold on to it. Bradshaw, he kicks it or he throws it forward. Obviously, that's a flag. I think it's the greatest. What do you mean, Robert? Are you talking about in all of NFL? I'm trying to watch it. Yeah. So, Ralph, as far as, I'm still thinking about it, man, to be honest with you. I mean, I as far as, if we're talking about Giants, I think the Giants are definitely going to go O-line at some point in this draft. So the Giants on that penalty there have to get pushed back to make it a 3rd and 18. I still think that, gun to my head right now, and that's a little extreme, but I think Isaiah Simmons is going to be the pick. I do. But that opinion could change tomorrow. So, I mean, I just feel like Dave Gettleman has shown, okay, so there's a potentially dropped interception that Eli tries to force in there. If you're an Eli Manning naysayer, of course he was starting at 18. Instead of just trying to get the yardage there for a field goal, we end up trying to get all of it and get a first down. Ends up throwing incomplete. Now Jeff Fiegel. So now those last 2 plays, what the Giants just showed right there, where Eli gets hit, fumbles, we get a big penalty. Eli throws it into almost double coverage. That was the Giants football we've seen the last few years. So they averted to the future Giants there in the last 2 plays, forcing the Giants to punt. So here's the thing. The reason why right now I'm thinking it's going to be Isaiah Simmons is because if we just take Dave Gettleman for what he's done with the Giants, don't even go back to when he did the Patriots. Dave Gettleman has shown that he likes his hog mollies. I get that. Completely understand that. But I think the Cameron Fleming free agent signing was a telltale. I do. I see the Giants potentially putting Solder at left tackle and asking Fleming to come in right away and play right tackle. Now, if you go out and you get one of the guys, either the kid from Iowa or the kid from Louisville, you go out and get one of those guys. Obviously, you pick them and you plug and play, right? You put them right at right tackle. I think no matter what, Solder is playing left tackle for the Giants next season because you're not going to draft a rookie left tackle and then put him at left tackles to start his career. You're not going to do that. You don't want to do that and get Daniel Jones killed. Okay, so regardless, if you draft somebody, let's just say the kid from Louisville or the kid from Iowa, you're going to put him at right tackle. I'm thinking the Giants, unless they feel like they got a steal by getting Cameron Fleming, which Colombo and Garrett must have said something that said, okay, Cameron Fleming needs to be on this roster, go get him. I think he might play right tackle, and then the Giants go get Isaiah Simmons. Brady gets pressured there, throws up a duck to Moss. It's incomplete. Jabril Wilson, one of my favorite Giants of all time, went to the University of Tennessee on the pressure there. But look, I'm not for trading for the Jacksonville player. I'm not for that. I'm not for that at all. First of all, if Philly 500 said it, it doesn't surprise me that the Booger Eater Philly 500 said it. I don't think that makes a lot of sense for the Giants because that guy wants a contract. Look at this. Look at this defensive line here. Look at this. Patriots can't do anything up front. Nothing. No, I mean, absolutely dominating this game is this defensive front. Look, I'm not for getting a guy, doing another Olivier Vernon here, giving him a contract, and then hoping that, we draft a tackle at 9 and hoping that works out for us. I'm just not. I'm just not for that. I think. Here's what I do think. I do think that Joe Judge, who has some experience with Nate Solder, I'm gonna look at this play. This is a great play by the Patriots right here. A little receiver screen. I mean, you want to talk about them being a little desperate there? They were not going to make Brady drop back there. They were going to make sure they got a quick screen pass there because the pressure was getting to them too much. But that was a great play call by the Patriots there. All you got to do is just tip their cap to them. So they get up to their own 25. Pass rush is still getting there. Gets a hit on Brady. Brady still makes a pretty good throw. He throws it out of bounds. But look at this. Look, they're just wearing on him. I mean, Brady already, if you look at him, I wish they'd show his camera. I wish they'd put the camera back on his face. He looks gassed. Brady looks gassed. He does. He looks gassed. I mean, look at Tuck here and OC on this hit. Just getting after him. I don't think he is, Jason. I don't think he is special, and I think I don't see the Giants making that move. I don't. I don't see the Giants making that move. Here's the handoff here, which I believe it's going to get called back for a holding. But look, to me, I think what the Giants are going to do, and again, this can change tomorrow. I can make a video tomorrow. I can make a video in 2 or 3 days and tell you a different opinion. I don't even like giving my opinion on the matter because I don't know for sure where the Giants are. I mean, this is a whole new coaching staff. It's a whole new thing. You can't go off of what you saw last year and assume that that's what the Giants are going to do first round. You don't know because this is a whole new philosophy. The only thing that remains the same, basically, is Dave Gettleman. Dave Gettleman is the only one that, I mean, yeah, I know Saquon Barkley was on the team last year, Daniel Jones, but that doesn't mean that Saquon Barkley or Daniel Jones, are viewed highly in Joe Judge's eyes. So obviously the Giants have spent a lot of, I won't say money, but they've spent a lot of work. They've went a lot of work with picking up linebackers. You're right, Baller 1000. They picked up Blake Martinez, who I think is going to be a starter. The guy that people keep forgetting, and again, I keep looking for this from other Giant content creators. Where's the talk about Ryan Connolly? Ryan Connolly was going to look like one of the best Giant players on our team last year. He's going to look like one of the best players. I'm sorry. I mean, Ryan Connolly looked like he was going to be like a Luke Kuechly. He really did till he got hurt. Now, Ryan Connolly could have issues staying healthy. But here's the thing. I look at this right here. Frackle is I think he's going to be more so of a pass rusher. But Martinez, if I really look at his game, I just hope he's at least half better than Alec Ogletree is. I mean, it'd at least be better than Alec Ogletree. Anything better than Alec Ogletree. You go out there and play like Alec Ogletree, we did nothing. We did nothing. Now, another guy who nobody's talking about is Lorenzo Carter. Don't get me wrong, I've lost hope in Lorenzo. I had great pass rush there. They still got the first down, but OC's all in his ass. Lorenzo Carter, who I thought he could have a 10-sack season, didn't. He's still there. So I don't know. It seems like to me that, so going back to what I was trying to say, I kind of got mixed up there watching the game. I just feel like Dave Gettleman has shown us in the last couple drafts he has shown us that he's going to take best player available. And he's done that. He's done that with Saquon Barkley. He did that with, in his opinion, Daniel Jones. When he needed, obviously he didn't. He had traded the pick for the OBJ that ended up being Dexter Lawrence. But he also jumped back in and got DeAndre Baker, which I think is a possibility that the Giants could do, because this draft has 8 to 9 guys on the offensive line that could potentially go first round. 8 to 9 guys could go first round. Look at Michael Strahan coming off the edge here, just putting pressure on Brady. Of course, he's got Randy Moss. We had Kevin Dockery on him. I like Dalvin Tomlinson, Afghanistan, but here's the thing. It doesn't matter if I like Dalvin Tomlinson. Does Joe Judge like Dalvin Tomlinson? That's what matters. It don't matter if I like Dalvin Tomlinson. Look at this pressure. Look at Justin Tuck on the strip. OC's there, and might be one of the biggest plays of the game there. Justin Tuck strip with OC picking it up with 10 seconds to go in the second quarter, because it looked like the Patriots there were going to at least get 3 right there. And once again, looking back at it now, I can't believe that at this point in the game, I couldn't tell that the defensive line just absolutely dominated this game. Of course, I do. I remember the defensive line dominating, but I shouldn't have had any concern going into halftime. My thoughts should have been, or every Giants fan should have been like, let's just get the damn lead, and this defensive line's going to take over. Look, I still don't know, Ralph, if Simmons is the move. I feel like, to me, you've already went and got your quarterback, you went and got your running back. You got to protect those guys. So Giants going to try to get something here. Eli shotgun at the Patriots 49. O'Shawn O'Hara with the snap. Manning pump fakes, fires, goes through Steve Smith's arms. We definitely have to address. Look, I think the O-line played better last year. To me, I think our guards can be good. I think our guards can have a good year. Hernandez, Seidler, I think they can have a good year. I'm very intrigued by Cameron Fleming. I'm telling you, Cameron Fleming to me is the most interesting free agency pickup. I know everybody probably looks at James Bradberry and says, "Oh, well, that's the guy. That's the sexy free agent signing." But to me, man, I think it's Cameron Fleming. I think if Cameron Fleming comes in right away and plays, that might be the best, and he plays well. I think that's the best free agency signing that Dave Gettleman could possibly have in this free agency at this point. I firmly believe that. James Bradberry goes out there, and don't get me wrong, he's got to play better than Janoris Jenkins did last year. And Janoris, you guys know what Janoris Jenkins did. So, it's not like James Bradberry's got big shoes to fill here, right? And nor does Cameron Fleming. Cameron Fleming doesn't either. But I know a lot of people think that Cameron Fleming has come into to be a backup or even a swing lineman for the Giants. I would not put anything past him about the possibility of him being in right away. I just feel like Garrett and Colombo know something that we don't. I do. I feel that way. That's right, Big Blue 8. I'm doing a little comment. Eli's going Hail Mary here. And honestly, I remember that. I remember this Hail Mary here. Steve Smith could have caught this ball. Steve Smith could have caught that. I don't know what got him all twisted, but he could have caught that. So it's halftime. Patriots lead 7-3. And it says teams leading at halftime are 32-7 overall record. So, what's up, Noah? So, again, assessing this first half, the way it went, obviously Patriots are leading, which actually, it's kind of funny looking back at this game. Both teams scored in their first possessions. Giants got 3 right out of the gate, taking off about 10 minutes of the first drive. Then Patriots on their first drive come in and get a touchdown. Now, if you go back and you take away that PI from Antonio Pierce, the score really should have been 3-3. It really should have been. But they get that cheap PI, which it was pass interference. But they get that touchdown off of that PI, and it makes it 7-3. And so, but looking at this game now, at this point, I feel like the Giants were much more in this game than people were going to give them credit for at this point. Let's see here. Let's see, Robert Smith. If you can get 12 and 19 from the Raiders for 4. See, I don't know, Robert. I don't know about that. I do think this. I do believe this. The Giants hold a lot of cards in their hands because the Dolphins are right behind them. Because the Dolphins are behind them, let's just assume that the quarterback for the Bengals, they want Joe Burrow, right? Obviously, probably Chase Young goes next to the Redskins, which, by the way, go ahead and look, and I don't like giving the Redskins any credit, but go ahead and look at who's on that defensive line already for the Redskins. Now you give them Chase Young. That's a pretty damn nasty defensive line. Nasty. Okay? Not 100% sure I know what the Lions are going to do. I think they're going to go cornerback. But nevertheless, that leaves the Giants. And with that being said, if somebody wants to slide into our spot to take a quarterback or take Tua, for example, before the Dolphins do, they can do that, but obviously we're going to have to get something nice in return for that, especially if we give up a player like Isaiah Simmons. Now, everyone, let's see who else. Some people are saying they want Willis. I'll say this. I think the Giants, because Joe Judge has a connection with Nick Saban, if Nick Saban told Joe Judge this guy is legit, I think Joe Judge would take him. I think Dave Gettleman would take him. But here's the thing, and a lot of you guys, I hope you guys realize this, Alabama prospects, most notably the ones that play offensive line, are always boom or bust in the National Football League. And there are more busts than there are booms. A lot of, and I say offensive line, there's a lot of Alabama players in general that are either boom or bust. A lot of them. Now, granted, they get a ton of NFL talent. So there's a big sample size there. But sometimes Alabama players do not translate to the National Football League. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but you can look at it. Jason, do you draft Chase Young or Tua? Well, I tell you this. I don't like Haskins. I mean, if you followed my channel for the last couple of years, you know that I was big time anti-Haskins. Big time anti-Haskins. But if they think that Haskins is their guy, they got no choice but to draft Chase Young. I don't know what I would do. If Tua was good enough, I would take Tua. If I thought Tua was my guy, I would take Tua. I would. I never liked Haskins. Never. Now, there were some other Giant content creators that loved Haskins. I don't know how they go from loving Haskins to all of a sudden not liking Haskins. I don't know how that's possible, but they did it. Look at Strahan. Look at Strahan coming off the edge. By the way, the second half is restarted. Fox is going straight through this game. I don't even want to decide between Haskins or Rosen. Big Blue. I feel like I had to deal with that all last year. It's like all last year during this time I had to listen. I had to think about Rosen or Haskins. That's all most Giant fans ever talked about. They didn't even think about Daniel Jones. And see, that's another thing too. Is like last year. Let's go back to this time last year. Did you think at this point last year that Daniel Jones was even a possibility? Think about that. From now, we were, let's see, 2 weeks was, so we are, 13, 12, 11 days? 11 days from the draft. Go back last year, 11 days from the draft. Was Daniel Jones on your radar? I saw some idiot the other day on Twitter say that Giants can't keep a secret to save their lives. All because of what they did with Saquon Barkley, right? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, that's got to be the dumbest tweet I've seen in the history of my life, because nobody hardly saw Daniel Jones coming. Now, I think everybody, including myself, thought that Daniel Jones could have been the 17th overall pick, right? I think everybody was like, oh, Daniel Jones could be 17. We didn't think 6. So everybody now, and even I'm sort of doing it right here, right? Even now we're saying, well, Isaiah Simmons at 4. Like, we don't really know for sure what Dave Gettleman's got under his sleeve, because why? We call him Big Nuts Davy G. Davy Big Nuts. Why? Why do I call him Davy Big Nuts? Because he goes against what everybody says. So how can you assume in 11 days you know what Davy Big Nuts is going to do? That's why, like, these guys that make these mock drafts and they're on their 15th mock draft already, like, Davy G's going to do whatever the hell he wants to do. And it may not make any sense at first. But eventually the plan's going to come into place. Eventually it's going to come into place. I can tell you guys this. Big third down stop right there. I can tell you guys this. Antonio Pierce, tackling machine. Because Devin White was my favorite prospect going into the draft last year. Okay? I love Devin White. Loved him. And here we are. A year later, we still don't have like that big time linebacker. Hopefully, Ryan Connolly can be that guy. But I love Devin White. As soon as the Bucks took Devin White, I said, let's just see what you got, Davy G. Let's see what you got. And so when he picked Daniel Jones, I wasn't mad. I wasn't sad. Devin White was already gone. Everything else was on the table for me. Now, if Devin White would have been there, then yeah, maybe I would have felt my own personal beef, because I liked the guy and they didn't take him, but our guy wasn't available, or the guy that I really liked wasn't available. So I am too, Ralph. Look, Ryan Connolly showed me something last year. I just hope that he's healthy enough after his injury to still be a nice player for us. Big Blue 8, exactly, man. Like, you don't know what to expect from Dave Gettleman, and this is what kills me. And I see some YouTube content creators do this. They try to predict what Dave Gettleman's going to do. You can't predict what Dave Gettleman's going to do. It's impossible. It really is. He may do the simplest thing, like, and you might say, well, that was obvious. But Dave Gettleman is I'm going to tell you the biggest thing. So let's go back to last year's draft. I was surprised he took Daniel Jones at 6. Glad he did, though. I was surprised that he took Dexter Lawrence, right? because I was like, well, wait a minute, we've already got some defensive tackles. Like, where's this coming from? Why is this at 17? And then I was surprised that he jumped back in the first round and got DeAndre Baker. The first 3 picks of last year's first round draft picks shocked the hell out of me. So how could I go into this draft expecting to know what Davy G's going to be up to? I was out of the loop on 3 of the first picks last year. It's like, matter of fact, I'll tell you a funny story. Because I was at the draft. I was at the draft last year. And I had watched the Giants obviously draft Dexter Lawrence. And I think it was right after the 25th or 26th pick. I'm like, okay, well, Giants have already picked. The night's winding down. I'm going to go ahead and start heading back to my car. I'm going to start heading out of here, getting out of there. There was a huge crowd. If you saw it on TV, you saw the crowd. It was huge. Packed in there like sardines. I'm trying to find my way out of there, rumbling, fumbling, stumbling. And as I'm leaving, that's when I hear in the distance that the Giants are trading back in the first round. And I said, shit, I got to get back. And sure enough, we got DeAndre Baker. Which I saw some idiot on Twitter also talking about how DeAndre Baker needs to step up his game. And I'm sitting there thinking like, shit, I think for a rookie, DeAndre Baker did pretty good last year. For a rookie. I don't think James Betcher was a good defensive coordinator. He was terrible. So I can't sit here and say that I can't sit here and say Dexter Lawrence stinks. I can't say DeAndre Baker stinks. I can't say Dalvin Tomlinson stinks. I can't sit here and say B.J. Hill stinks because who knows what kind of damn system they were being forced to run against James Betcher, who was terrible. See Ralph. Let's see what Ralph said. Ralph always states something that's pretty level-headed. I strongly believe our coaches will bring fundamentals to New York and have them prepared. Last year, it was like G-men were walking onto a damn practice field unprepared. I like our coaching staff this year, Ralph. I really do. I'm completely with you on that. Yes, cornerback is a very difficult position to play, especially for a rookie. And guess what? We even had Julian Love out there a lot. A lot. I really think there's an opportunity for our team to really grow as a defensive unit. But we need to have, we definitely do need to have some impact players on our defense. Whether we already have those or not, we'll see. Chase Blackburn getting called for too many men on the field. Well, here's the thing, Tommy Gunn. Giants coaching staff changes from year to year. Joe Judge will get 2 years regardless. Ben McAdoo got 2 years. Pat Shurmur got 2 years. Joe Judge automatically gets 2 years. That's another thing. See, NYG forever. A lot of people have been talking about the Giants getting a safety in this draft, right? To put with Peppers. I think Julian Love might be our other safety. I think Julian Love could actually, and this is the thing, right? We have a lot of draft picks. And we have people that don't understand that there are players that might be in starting positions like Julian Love at free safety. Okay? If Julian Love can play safety, or the coaching staffs believe he can play safety, they're going to take those picks and use them as leverage to move up the draft. O.C. Manure puts a ton of pressure on Brady. And the tackle machine, Antonio Pierce, Fred Robbins there. Yeah, I mean, Afghanistan, I think Joe Judge could be a coach. It's gonna. I'm hopeful that he gets. I'm hoping he's our coach for the next 20 fucking years. I hope he's like a Belichick does. But what I'm saying is I think he's automatically getting 2 years, regardless. I mean, it doesn't. The Giants could go 2-14 next year. Joe Judge is coming back regardless. Let's see, Jason. I can't stand Jason Garrett. I'm praying for. I don't. Why do you hate Jason Garrett? I don't think Jason Garrett's a bad coach. I think he did some good things in Dallas. I don't think that Jason Garrett. See, here's the thing. I think Jason Garrett's going to be a great offensive coordinator. I think Jason Garrett's going to be a great offensive coordinator. I do. I just don't know if Jason Garrett's a good is a good head coach. I think he's going to be a great. I do. I think Jason Garrett is going to shock the hell out of a lot of Giants fans and Cowboy fans as far as being a great offensive coordinator. Jason Garrett was a quarterback himself. Jason Garrett's called plays for years. Now Jason Garrett's got a great talent in Daniel Jones, who's guess what? Guess what? Daniel Jones, I think, is going to be better than Romo, and I think he's going to be better than Dak Prescott. And if I believe that means Jason Garrett has more tools to work with than he's ever had before. Oh, well, we can at least have some fun with the clapping, can't we, Jason? Yeah, Tommy Gunn, I mean, looking back on it, we let Tom Coughlin, Reggie Tolbert on the tackle. I think we should have let. The problem is we as a fan base needed somebody's head to roll after some bad seasons, and we chose Coughlin, and that was probably the wrong way to go. I'd like to, Ralph. I need this Corona thing to go away. Reggie Tolbert, which played, I can tell you right now, without looking it up, this is how much I know my Giants football. Reggie Tolbert played at Auburn University. And that was another guy who I had high hopes. I mean, he wasn't bad, but I had high hopes for him as a Giants. I was Reggie Tolbert, he's going to watch out now. So Brady here now at the Giants 25, 3rd and 7, halfway through the third. Look at this Michael Strahan. This sack right here. Yeah. That's one of my favorite sacks right there. When Strahan gets that sack and he flexes. That's one of my favorite plays of this game. That is easily one of my favorite plays. I just loved Michael Strahan so much as a Giant. And if there was ever a New York Giant that deserved to win a Super Bowl, it was Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan deserved a Super Bowl in the worst way, and I'm so glad that he got it, man. He played his ass off in this game too, watching it back. 4th and 13, the Patriots are going for it. Pump fakes, pass rush, somewhat disrupts them, and they throw it out of bounds. Love it. Giants get the ball back. Let's see. Pizzle, how's the new Giant family member? Jason, he's still cooking. Still cooking. Cody, mid-June. Mid-June. Actually, you're NYG forever. You're right. Coughlin almost caused Strahan to retire, which I'm so glad that he didn't. You know, I'm sure Tiki Barber looks back at this game and regrets a lot of things, and I'm glad Strahan. You know, Strahan still had the ability to play, but I'm glad that this was it for him. You know, I just couldn't ask for anything better for Strahan as a player too. Yep, I will have another little Giant. I'm calling him a little Giant, assuming he'll be one. But yeah, we're doing mid-June. So I'm sure I'll have fun with that next season. Definitely will be a lot of fun. Probably going to shut it off after that. I don't think I'll be having any more after two. Two is enough for me. Two is enough. Appreciate it, Ralph. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what. It's not an ideal time to have a pregnant woman in the world. It's not an ideal time for your old lady to be pregnant. Do you think the Giants are trying to downgrade OBJ as an all-time Giant receiver? How are they doing that, Big Blue 8? How are the Giants downgrade? I don't know what you mean by that. What have they done to downgrade him? I mean, I think OBJ's done his own. You know what pisses me off about OBJ? And maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But I'm sure all you guys follow OBJ on all his social media platforms. I mean, does anybody that's watching this, do you not follow OBJ on Twitter or Instagram or wherever else? I mean, do you guys all follow him? I'm assuming all you guys do. I do. I still follow OBJ. I still follow him on Instagram. I still follow him on Twitter. OBJ, when Eli Manning retired, if somebody that OBJ likes cuts a wet fart, OBJ will post about it. Oh, so-and-so, your fart smelled great. When Eli Manning retired, a bunch of former Giants acknowledged Eli Manning's greatness. But OBJ has never yet since acknowledged Eli for anything. Nothing. Now, maybe OBJ texted him or called him in their own private way, and maybe they settled it like that. But I have a hard time thinking that happened. You can talk about how OBJ made Eli Manning, but I can also tell you Eli Manning made OBJ. I can also spin it that way if you want to, because OBJ ain't done shit in Cleveland yet. Nothing. Nothing. Not a damn thing. And all these people said OBJ leaving, Landon Collins leaving, the Giants are atrocious. And don't get me wrong, we're the fourth pick again. Things ain't still great, but those guys ain't done shit since leaving the Giants. I mean, it's true. I mean, it's the truth. So to me, OBJ causes his own problems. Late in the third quarter here, 4 minutes ago, Giants at their own 47-yard line, 2nd and 8. Somewhat driving here. Eli takes a snap, fires, and there is the man, Amani Toomer. Amani Toomer, along with Strahan, are kind of on this team that old regard, or that old guard that had been on the Giants to build this team up until this point, and both of these guys deserve this championship. Toomer and Strahan were there from the early 2000s, the late 90s, and was able to, and Tiki Barber's part of them. Tiki Barber's a part of them, but Tiki went out the door before he got it. I mean, he just was always well dressed, Cody. Man was always looking clean. Yeah, Afghanistan. I mean, look at that names that you've listed. None of them produced for the Giants. By the way, so up until this point, if you're watching this game, up until this point, they've played 2.5 quarters. Eli Manning hasn't done anything special, but he hasn't done anything to lose the game, and now Eli's starting to take over. Deep shot to Plaxico, triple covered, incomplete. But you can see that now the Giants defense has gotten this Giants offense to a certain point now. Now it's time for the offense to go win the game late here. And the Giants offense start to finally somewhat heat up. Bradshaw, him and Jacobs in this game just played their ass off. See, how much does Philip Rivers deserve a ring in your opinion? I mean, Philip Rivers is a good player. I don't know if he deserves a ring, but he's a good player. I think he'll be okay with the Colts next year. I think he'll be okay. I don't think he'll be bad. I think he'll be actually better than he was a year ago. I think the Colts are a pretty good team. Could use a quarterback. Maybe he can be that bridge for them. 3rd and 6 here. Eli in shotgun. Takes a snap. Gets some pressure. Fires, and Plaxico drops it. I think that was a good pass. Or was that Lewis? No, it was Plaxico. That was Plaxico. I mean, hit him right in the numbers. See, do you think Wayne Gallman is done, Pizzle, since he signed? I mean, it doesn't look good for Wayne Gallman. I mean, I saw the Deion Lewis thing is very much Joe Judge Patriots, right? Deion Lewis got signed because if you look at what the Giants did in free agency, the Giants went out and their coaches went out and got their guys, right? The linebackers comes from our new defensive coordinator. Colombo and Garrett, they go get Fleming. Joe Judge says, I need to have the special teamer Ebner, and I need to have Deion Lewis. The free agency signings literally come from our coaching staff. Our coaching staff is the reason, and I say that, you guys say, well, it's stating the obvious, Pistol, but it's if you look at it, the guys went and they handpicked their guys. With that being said, I think Joe Judge, if you go and get Deion Lewis, it tells me that you're trying to do everything in your power to make your team a little bit like the Patriots. That's what it tells me. Because I think Gallman is better than Deion Lewis. I think he is. But you're not really worrying about skill set. You're worrying about an identity, a way to how you want to play the game, how you want your offense to be run, how you want your defense to be run. Which tells me the question is, what would the Patriots do if they were drafting at 4? What would Bill Belichick do if he had the 4th overall pick with this team? Would he get the tackle, or would he get Isaiah Simmons? That's what I want to know. What would Bill Belichick do? I would love to know what he would do. You're right, Cody. Bill never drafted this high. You're exactly right. I understand that, but I'm asking that question. What would he do? Because I feel like Joe Judge, based on the free agency signings, by allowing his guys to go get their guys, him going and getting his guys, Patriot players, by the way, he's saying, we're going to try to build this thing like the Patriots. So my question, what would the Patriots do it for? I don't know that answer. Look at this pass rush again, affecting Brady. I don't know what the answer would be there. I don't know if you can even create a right answer. I don't know what Belichick would do it for here. You know, Belichick seems like a defensive-minded person, which makes me think Simmons. Because Bill Belichick loved having a guy like Lawrence Taylor, for example. I'm not saying Isaiah Simmons is the skill set of Lawrence Taylor, but I think that he would also go tackle. See, I'm so sick of people suggesting who should be drafted in the Giants draft day. All this will change. Victor. I don't know how long you've been here, Victor. I don't know what. Which, by the way, huge first down right there for the Patriots by Wes Welker. I don't know how long you've been here, Victor, but if you've been here long, I just stated probably 15, 20 minutes ago that you can't predict what Dave Gettleman's going to do. You can't. I mentioned that 11. If you went back to this point last year, 11 days out from the draft, nobody could predict that Daniel Jones was going to be the 6th overall pick for the Giants. Nobody could have. So, for us to even sit here and speculate, it's tough, right? That's why I'm not even fooling with any mock drafts, because I think that kind of ego is out of this world, that you could even think that you would even know what the hell's going on behind closed doors. Sure, it's fun to play pretend, but why put that much energy and effort into something that is just fantasy? That's not even close to reality. So it is fun though to speculate. I'll be honest with you. It is fun. It's fun to play. It's fun to try to guess, try to kind of get your guys. I know for me, let's see. What part of the game are you at? I'm watching it on my other phone. Jason, I got 135 left to go in the third. Now 130 now. So it's fun. I know it for me I think that, if the Giants draft a lineman, a tackle, right? Doesn't matter if it's a kid from Bama. Doesn't matter if it's a kid from Louisville. Doesn't matter if it's a kid from Iowa. If they draft those guys, that's not a sexy pick. It's not sexy, right? You're probably not going to go buy that guy's jersey. Some of you might, but you're probably not going to go buy that guy's jersey. You're just going to say, well, the Giants are doing their part in protecting their assets. Their assets being Daniel Jones, their assets being Saquon Barkley, right? But if you draft Isaiah Simmons, that's a sexy pick. You're going to go buy that guy's jersey. He's going to be probably one of your favorite player. If you got kids, he could potentially be your kid's favorite player. He could also be a bust. But a lot of people out there would love to get Isaiah Simmons because of all the things that come with that. Getting a guy's jersey, playing with them on Madden or whatever. At this point of the game, you're right, Cody. Patriots now are just past midfield at the 49-yard line. 20 seconds to go in the third. Brady's in shotgun. Takes the snap. Fires right side over Welker's head. But the Patriots leave 7-3. I'm sure at this point during the game, I was just praying that they held them to a field goal. Tommy Gunn. I'm not saying the Giants are the Patriots. But we just hired a guy in Joe Judge who came from the Patriots. Every time you hire somebody from a team, you're hoping that they're going to implement the success that franchise has had. There's been tons of franchises that have went and plucked Bill Belichick disciples in hopes that they could recreate the Patriots dynasty at their own franchise. You don't think the Giants are not thinking that? You don't think that's what Joe Judge, that's why Joe Judge appealed to them? Joe Judge appealed to them because he had success at Alabama. He had success with New England. Brady going deep to Moss, but the pressure is just too much on Brady that he can't throw anything accurate. So I'm not saying that the Giants are exactly like the Patriots right now. That's not what I'm saying. But you can damn well bet they're trying to get like the Patriots. They're trying to be like them. Absolutely, they're trying to be like them. They're trying to recreate that. They're trying to recreate Matt. You can't tell me Bill Belichick and Brady, when they got together, they had hoped that was going to lead to 20 years of success. And what did it lead? It led to 20 years of success. You don't think that the Giants are looking at Daniel Jones right now, and then they go get a coach, Joe Judge, somewhat relatively young, and saying, okay, let's recreate that formula in a younger version. Let's hope Joe Judge can be Bill Belichick. Let's hope Daniel Jones can be Tom Brady. Let's recreate that. They're trying. They're damn well trying to do that. So absolutely, you can speculate what would the Patriots do it for, because they're trying to literally draw that up. I would bet anything that oh yeah, he was awesome. He was awesome, Jason. I would bet every fucking dollar I own that Joe Judge wishes he could call Belichick right now and say, Coach Belichick, what would you do it for? He may have even made that call. I don't know what you're saying there, Tommy. The Giants GM gets his information from what? From what? From what? I haven't even thought about this, but for those that are in here, how would you feel about me streaming draft night? Would you guys like me to stream draft night? I haven't even thought about it. I haven't even thought about the idea of streaming draft night. I just want to draft that have more than 3. Yeah, I would like. Me too. Me too, Ralph. Okay. All right. Well, I will definitely consider it over the next week of streaming the draft. Um, I need to see about trying to. I might try to pair with somebody. We'll see about that. We'll see about pairing with somebody and seeing if we can't bring something, whether it be on my page or somebody else's page. Yeah, I'll see who I can mix up with. We'll see. We'll try to figure something out. I appreciate that, Jason. I wish I could be on here more too. I wish I was a YouTube addict, but it's got so much going on. But my Giants, they always pull at my strings. Yeah, maybe I need to try to stream with Mark Holmes. Honestly, dead serious. Dead serious. If Mark Holmes, and this ain't even for the clout, it's not. It's not even for the clout. If Mark Holmes reached out to me and said, let's stream together draft night, I think I would do it. I may even make a video asking him to do it. I think it would actually make Kevin Boss. This is a huge play right here. Eli hits Boss in stride and carries it all the way down to the Patriots 35-yard line. I think that Mark Holmes doesn't even realize the potential of entertainment value that would bring on draft night. I mean, seriously, how in that? What would you rather watch? Would you rather watch a virtual thing that's going on ESPN, or would you rather watch a virtual thing going on with Mark Holmes and myself streaming together the draft? This to me seems like it would be gold. But again, you say anything, you put anything out there, you make videos, you say anything, hey, so and so, I think it'd be great. It just gets all pushed out as, oh, it's just clout. He did, Jason. They used, I think it was the he did, Jason, he did I think I streamed an Eagles game. I think I streamed an Eagles game and he used it without my permission. That did happen. Yeah, that did happen. Which again, I haven't bitched about it. I have not went to YouTube and complained about it. I have not flagged it. I haven't done anything. But he did not ask for my permission to stream. And again, I understand. Cop pistols, good for business. I completely understand. There's other giant content creators that he could have used. He could have used a bunch of people. People with so-called more subs than me. But look, pistols good for business. I get that. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some more stuff with Chuck Knox. Absolutely, that's definitely going to happen. I love me some Chuck Knox. But yeah, look, I get it. Mark Holmes made a business decision that night on when the Giants and Eagles game were going on. There was multiple streams. And huge play to Steve Smith there, and he chose Pizzle. I get that. I'm not going to accuse him of chasing my clout. He made a business decision. Good on Mark for recognizing that. Good on that. Did Simon stream too? Did he stream my shit? I didn't see that, Ralph. I didn't know he did that. Did he do that? Was that the same night, the Eagles and Giants game? Oh, you're saying do it with him. Okay, okay. Yeah. I might think about those times. It's a possibility. The possibilities are endless. 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Patriots lead 7-3. Giants down to the Patriots 10-yard line though. Second and 3. Takes a snap, and there is David Tyree in the back of the end zone, and the Giants take the lead 10-7. That was a great damn drive. So that drive, the Kevin Boss play was huge. That was huge. Matter of fact, Eli Manning was spectacular that drive. You can talk about the defensive line all you want to, and they're absolutely right. The defensive line was special in this game. But that drive right there, Eli Manning proved that he was a Hall of Famer. That drive. I'm not saying that one drive gets you in the Hall of Fame, but that right there, that's the drive right there that Eli Manning naysayer said that never happened. It happened. I mean, look at that throw to Kevin Boss. Beautiful throw. It's a beautiful throw to Tyree. Peyton's pumped. All right, so here's the deal. We went 2 hours. I got to cut this stream a little short. I hate that. I'd like to finish this game, but we got to cut it. We got to cut it short. I got some things I got to go. I'm gonna watch the end of this game, but I got to take care of something. But anyways, I just want to thank you guys for joining the stream. I'll figure out when I'm gonna do draft night. We'll figure something out, and then obviously I'm gonna produce some more content. But I appreciate you coming on. For you guys to come on and watch some of this game with me, talk about some memories about we had with it, and just chatted about the Giants, what's going on right now. I had a lot of fun, and hope you guys are all staying safe. Hope you guys have had a happy Easter. Hope this has been fun for you. But I hope all you guys are doing well and doing good, and of course, be looking out for more content and more stuff from me. So, anyways. Just take care, guys. Y'all watch the rest of this game. I'm going to watch the rest of this game off stream. And we'll chat with you guys. We'll chat with you guys later. See y'all.